The rejection setting and opening. The story opens in the year 2157. Aboard the Galactic Unity Council station, orbiting the neutral world of Terrius Prime. The council chamber is a massive circular hall where hundreds of alien species gather to decide the fate of civilizations. Seeking membership in the galactic community. Main characters. Introduction: Captain James Reed, a weathered human diplomat in his 50s. Leading Earth's delegation Dr. Nina Patel, Earth's chief scientist and Reed's advisor Ambassador Krell, a tall, insect-like alien from the Antari species. Council Speaker General Marcus Stone, human military observer. Skeptical of aliens from the start, the Council meeting Earth's delegation stands before the Council after 50 years of monitoring by alien observers. Humanity has finally developed faster than light travel and believes they are ready to join the galactic family. Captain Reed delivers an impassioned speech about human achievements, culture, and desire for peaceful cooperation. The council members whisper among themselves. The Antari, the blue-skinned Velians, the crystalline Quorim, and dozens of other species all seem unimpressed. Ambassador Krell rises and delivers the council's verdict with cold formality. The verdict: the council rejects Earth's application. Their reasons are crushing. Humans are too aggressive and violent. Earth's history shows endless warfare. Humanity lacks the maturity for galactic responsibility. They recommend humanity remain isolated for another 500 years. Human reaction: Captain Reed tries to argue, explaining that humanity has evolved beyond its violent past. He points to 50 years of relative peace on Earth, but the Council is unmoved. Dr. Patel presents scientific achievements, cultural developments, and humanitarian progress. Nothing changes their minds. General Stone stands silently, his jaw clenched. Watching the alien faces show dismissal and contempt, he sees something else in their eyes. True fear masked as superiority. The humiliation the Council gives humanity a final insult. Earth must dismantle all military vessels beyond its solar system within 30 days. Any human ship found in Council space afterward will be destroyed without warning. Earth is permitted only basic trade vessels, and these must travel ancient, slow routes far from civilized space that the human delegation leaves in shame. As they board their ship, other alien diplomats avoid eye contact. Some laugh quietly. One young Velian diplomat whispers loud enough for Reed to hear. Primitives should know their place. The journey home on the long journey back to Earth. The delegation sits in bitter silence. Dr. Patel reviews the data, trying to understand what went wrong. General Stone paces the command deck, his anger barely contained. Captain Reed stares out at the stars, feeling the weight of humanity's rejection. But something shifts in Reed during that journey. The shame slowly transforms into determination. If the galaxy views humans as violent and primitive, perhaps they should see what humans do when pushed aside. Earth's response: upon returning to Earth, Reed delivers the news to the United Earth Assembly. The planet is shocked, then outraged. Politicians debate whether to comply or resist. Scientists argue for patience. Military leaders demand action. General Stone addresses the Assembly with a different vision. He proposes that humanity accept the rejection, but not the restrictions. Earth should expand, but not toward the core worlds where the Council rules. Instead, humanity should push outward, toward the lawless Outer Rim territories that even the Council has abandoned. The Outer Rim. The Outer Rim. Outer Rim is explained as a vast region of space beyond Council control, dangerous, wild, and full of resources the Council species consider too risky to claim. Pirates, rogue colonies, and desperate refugees populate these regions. The Council sees it as a wasteland. General Stone sees it as opportunity. The vote. The Assembly debates for weeks. Finally, they vote. Earth will officially comply with the Council's demands. They will recall military vessels from Council space. But secretly, humanity will begin the Outer Rim Initiative, a massive colonization and expansion project into ungoverned space. Closing scene 5 years after the rejection. Captain Reed stands on the bridge of the Frontier, humanity's first Outer Rim colony ship. Beside him, Dr. Patel monitors systems, and General Stone coordinates the growing fleet. They approach the edge of known space. Reed looks at the vast darkness ahead and smiles. The Council rejected Earth and tried to cage humanity in one small corner of the galaxy. They're about to learn that you cannot cage a species that thrives on challenges. The Frontier jumps to light speed. Heading into the unknown. The Frontier awakens 20 years later. Story jumps forward to 2182. The Outer Rim has transformed dramatically. What was once empty, dangerous space is now dotted with human colonies, mining stations, and trade routes. Earth's population has spread across 50 star systems in the Rim. New characters. Introduction: Captain David Cross, young colony commander. Born on Earth, but raised on Frontier Station's engineer Lisa Wong. Brilliant. Ship designer who creates vessels specifically for Rim conditions. Tom Blake, grizzled security chief and farmer. Earth military ambassador Vera Mills, Earth's new diplomatic liaison. More aggressive than Reed ever was the Rim colonies. The story shows daily life in the Outer Rim through the eyes of Captain Cross on Haven Station, humanity's largest Rim colony. 10,000 humans live here, mining rare minerals, trading with independent alien species, and building a new civilization far from Earth. The Rim colonies are rough and practical. People work hard, take risks, and help each other survive. There are no council regulations here, no bureaucratic restrictions. Humans thrive in this freedom, building faster ships, developing new weapons, and creating alliances with alien species. The Council ignored. The Outcasts Cross meets with representatives of several alien species who live in the Rim species, rejected or exiled by the Council. The Draven are a warrior race deemed too primitive. The Core are silicon-based life forms the Council couldn't understand. The Shen are peaceful traders the Council considered economically insignificant. These species watch humanity with fascination. Humans don't demand submission or judge them by Council standards. Instead, humans offer trade, protection, and partnership. Slowly, alliances form. The Council's attention on Terrius Prime. Ambassador Krell receives disturbing reports. Human activity in the Outer Rim has exploded beyond all predictions. Council intelligence shows human colonies spreading rapidly. Human ships moving through previously uncharted space. And worst of all, humans forming alliances with species the Council exiled. Krell calls an emergency session. The Council reviews data showing human expansion. Some members are concerned, but not alarmed. Humans are still confined to the worthless Outer Rim, far from valuable core territories. The Velian representative laughs, calling humanity scavengers picking through garbage. But Krell is not amused. He sees patterns in the data that others miss. Human expansion is not random, it's strategic. They're securing resource-rich systems, establishing defensive positions, and building infrastructure at an impossible pace. The pirates mistake a fleet of Corvan pirates. Notorious throughout the Rim, decides to raid Haven Station. The Corvans are brutal raiders who have terrorized the Outer Rim for decades. They attack with 30 warships, expecting easy prey. Captain Cross activates Haven's defenses. The station's weapons are human-designed, built by engineer Wong using lessons learned from 20 years of Rim survival. The Corvans find themselves facing technology they don't understand: railguns that fire at relativistic speeds, missile swarms with advanced AI targeting, and energy shields adapted from Draven technology. The battle is short and decisive. Tom Blake coordinates security forces with military precision. Wong's weapon systems tear through Corvin shields like paper. Within 2 hours, half the pirate fleet is destroyed, and the rest retreats in panic. But Cross doesn't let them escape. Human ships pursue, destroying fleeing vessels and capturing others. The message must be clear: humanity is not prey. The message spreads news of Haven's victory, spreads rapidly through the Outer Rim. Other pirate groups, criminal cartels, and rogue warlords take notice. Humans are not the soft targets they expected. Some decide to avoid human territory. Others seek alliances. The Draven leadership sends an official delegation to Haven. Their leader, a scarred warrior named Karn, offers a military pact. The Draven will provide warriors and combat knowledge. Humans will provide advanced weapons and logistical support. Cross accepts. Earth's pride on Earth. Ambassador Mills addresses the United Assembly. She reports that humanity now controls 73 star systems in the Outer Rim. Human population outside the solar system has reached 15 million. Trade with Rim species generates more wealth than Earth's entire pre-contact economy. The Assembly celebrates, but Mills warns them the Council will eventually respond. Humanity must prepare for that day. The prophecy in the final scene. Old Captain Reed, now retired and living on Mars, receives a private message from a mysterious source within Council space. The message warns that Council military forces are being quietly mobilized. The alien powers are finally taking humanity seriously. Reed records a response to send to Ambassador Mills and Captain Cross. We wanted to join them peacefully. They rejected us. Now we've built something better without them. And they're afraid. The Council's Iron Fist. The Council strikes. Story opens with a Council military fleet entering the Outer Rim. 20 massive warships, led by Admiral Jan of the Valiant Empire, cross into human territory without warning. Their mission is clear: remind humanity of its place and dismantle the illegal expansion in the Rim. Admiral Jan is confident. The Council has superior numbers, ancient technology, and the authority of galactic law. He expects humans to surrender immediately when faced with overwhelming force. The first target. Council fleet approaches New Terra, a small human mining colony with only 3,000 residents. Governor Paul Chun receives the transmission from Admiral Jan demanding immediate evacuation. The colony has 48 hours to abandon all facilities and return to Earth's solar system. Chun is a former engineer who helped build New Terra for nothing. He refuses to abandon 7 years of work. He sends an urgent message to Haven Station and Earth, then begins evacuating civilians while preparing defenses. Tom Blake arrives with a small human defense force, only 6 patrol ships against 20 Council warships. The odds are impossible, but Blake has no intention of fighting fairly. Guerrilla tactics. Blake doesn't engage the Council fleet directly. Instead, he uses tactics the Council has never encountered. Human ships are smaller and faster, built for the Rim's asteroid fields and nebula clouds. Blake leads the Council fleet on a chase through a dense asteroid belt. The massive Council warships struggle to maneuver. Human ships dart between asteroids, firing precision strikes and vanishing before the Council can return fire. Blake's forces use remote mines, sensor decoys, and hit-and-run attacks that frustrate Admiral Jan. For 3 days, the Council fleet pursues human ships through treacherous space. They destroy 2 human vessels, but lose 4 of their own to collisions, mines, and ambushes. Admiral Jan grows increasingly angry. The trap. On the 4th day, Blake leads the Council fleet into a hidden nebula where Captain Cross waits with reinforcements. 15 human ships emerge from the nebula's sensor-blocking clouds, along with 12 Draven warships, their new allies. The combined human-Draven force attacks with coordinated precision. Human ships target engines and weapon systems with railgun strikes. Draven vessels use brutal ramming tactics and boarding armies. The Council fleet, designed for traditional space battles, cannot adapt quickly enough. Admiral Jan orders a retreat, but it's too late. The humans have cut off escape routes. 5 more Council ships are destroyed. The remaining 11 vessels escape, badly damaged and demoralized. The political earthquake news of the Council's defeat reaches Terrius Prime within hours. The Council chamber erupts in chaos. Some species demand immediate full-scale war against humanity. Others urge caution. The Quorum representatives argue that humans were defending their territory against unprovoked aggression. Ambassador Krell faces criticism from all sides. His intelligence failed to predict human military capability. He underestimated their alliances and tactics. The Velian representative demands Krell's resignation, but Krell remains calm. He presents new intelligence showing the true scope of human expansion. Over 100 star systems now have human presence. 20 alien species have formed trade agreements with Earth. Human population in the Rim exceeds 30 million. The Council realizes too late that humanity is no longer a minor species to be ignored. They've become a rising power. Earth's response Ambassador Mills addresses the galactic community through open channels. Her message is broadcast across known space, reaching both Council worlds and independent systems. She reminds everyone that Earth sought peaceful membership 25 years ago. The Council rejected humanity and tried to cage them. Humans accepted that rejection and moved to unclaimed space. The Council attacked a legitimate human colony without provocation. Mills declares that humanity will defend its territory. Any further Council aggression will be met with force. But Earth still offers peace, recognition of human sovereignty in the Outer Rim, and mutual non-interference. The Council splinters. 5 species, including the peaceful Quorum and the mercantile Tarn, support Mills' proposal. They see no benefit in fighting humans over worthless Rim territory. 10 species, led by the Velians and Antari, demand humanity be crushed before they grow stronger. The remaining species stay neutral, waiting to see which side will prevail. Ambassador Krell casts the deciding vote. Against the wishes of the aggressive faction, he proposes a temporary ceasefire while the Council investigates the new Terra incident. The motion passes by a narrow margin. The Turning Point Captain Cross stands on New Terra's observation deck, watching repairs to damaged structures. Governor Chun approaches, thanking him for saving the colony. Cross shakes his head. We didn't save just this colony. We proved something today. The Council thought we were primitives playing in the dirt. Now they know we're wolves. He looks toward Council space. And wolves don't back down. The Rise of the Rim Alliance, 5 years of growth. The story jumps to 2192. The ceasefire holds, but tension remains high. Humanity uses this peace to expand aggressively. The Outer Rim transforms from scattered colonies into a unified economic and military power. Captain Cross, now promoted to Admiral, oversees the construction of Fortress Prime, humanity's first true military stronghold in deep space. The massive station serves as headquarters for Earth's Rim Defense Force. The Alliance forms engineer Lisa. Wong has spent 5 years developing revolutionary technology by combining human innovation with alien knowledge. Draven armor plating, core energy systems, and Shen navigation algorithms merge with human engineering to create vessels superior to anything the Council possesses. Admiral Cross meets with leaders of 7 alien species at Fortress Prime. The Draven warrior, Karn, is there, along with representatives from the core, Shen, and 4 other species. They discuss forming a formal alliance, not against the Council necessarily, but as an independent power bloc. Tom Blake, now General Blake, presents military readiness reports. The Rim Alliance can field 200 warships, with 50 more under construction. More importantly, every species contributes unique capabilities that complement each other. The Proposition Ambassador Mills proposes something revolutionary, the Outer Rim Compact. This treaty establishes the Rim territories as independent space, governed by mutual agreement among member species rather than council authority. All species are equal partners regardless of size or strength. The alien representatives debate for hours. Some fear council retaliation. Others worry about trusting humans. But eventually, they agree. The council rejected or ignored all of them. Humanity offers something different: respect and partnership. 7 species sign the compact. Humanity becomes the largest member, but holds no special authority. Decisions require majority agreement. The Outer Rim Alliance is officially born. Council Reaction on Terrius Prime. Ambassador Krell receives reports about the compact with deep concern. This is worse than simple human expansion. Humanity has created an alternative to council authority, and other species are joining willingly. The Velian representative demands immediate military action. The Antari agree, but the moderate faction, now grown to 8 species, refuses. They argue that the council has no legal authority in unclaimed rim space. The council splits further. 12 species form a hardline bloc determined to crush the Rim Alliance. 8 species form a moderate bloc seeking diplomatic solutions. 5 neutral species hold the balance of power. Krell realizes the council itself is fracturing. The unity that held the galaxy together for centuries is crumbling because of humanity's unexpected rise. The Trade Revolution Governor Chun, now Economic Minister for the Rim Alliance, establishes trade routes that bypass council space entirely. Rim resources, rare minerals, exotic gases, and unique biological compounds flow directly to independent worlds, and even some council members seeking better prices. The Alliance undersells council prices while maintaining quality. Worlds that once depended on council trade networks find cheaper alternatives through human merchants and their partners. Economic pressure builds as council corporations lose profits. The Tarn, the galaxy's premier traders, secretly approach Chun with a proposal. They want exclusive trade agreements with the Alliance. Chun negotiates carefully and gains access to Tarn financial networks, giving the Alliance economic legitimacy. The refugee crisis. Dozens of species dissatisfied with council rule begin migrating to Rim territories. Some flee persecution. Others seek economic opportunity. Some simply want freedom from council regulations and bureaucracy. Admiral Cross faces a difficult decision: accept these refugees and risk council anger, or turn them away and betray Alliance principles. He chooses to accept them, establishing new colonies specifically for refugee populations. Within 2 years, 20 additional species have settlements in Rim space. Not all join the Alliance, but all benefit from its protection and economic networks. The breaking point: a Velian military commander named General Vex disobeys the ceasefire. He leads a strike force to destroy a human colony on the Rim's edge, hoping to provoke war and force the council's hand. The attack kills 4,000 humans and Shen civilians. General Blake responds with overwhelming force, destroying Vex's entire fleet. Blake's forces pursue the survivors back toward council space, stopping just at the border. Ambassador Mills broadcasts the evidence of Velian aggression across the galaxy. Public opinion shifts. Even some council species condemn the unprovoked attack. The moderate faction gains 3 more members, but the hardline bloc sees this as the excuse they needed. 12 council species begin mobilizing their full military forces. The Declaration. Admiral Cross addresses the Rim Alliance Council. His message is clear: war is coming. The council hardliners will not accept the Alliance's existence. Humanity and its partners must prepare for the largest conflict the galaxy has seen in centuries. He ends with a promise. They rejected us. They attacked us. Now they fear us. Let them come. The Rim stands together. Asterisk dominance of the Outer Rim, the Council Armada. Story opens with the largest military force assembled in galactic history. 300 Council warships gather at the border of Rim space, representing 12 species united under Velian command. Admiral Yan, seeking redemption for his earlier defeat, leads the Armada with orders to dismantle the Rim Alliance completely. The Council delivers an ultimatum. All human colonies must be abandoned within 30 days. All alien species must renounce the compact and return to Council authority, or face total destruction. The Alliance prepares. Admiral Cross receives the ultimatum at Fortress Prime. He gathers the Alliance Council for an emergency meeting. General Blake presents their defensive capabilities: 250 warships, extensive orbital defenses, and home territory advantage. The numbers favor the Council, but not overwhelmingly. Engineer Wong unveils her secret project, the Guardian Network. Thousands of automated defense platforms hidden throughout Rim space. These platforms use advanced AI to coordinate attacks, creating a web of firepower that doesn't require crews. Ambassador Mills contacts the moderate Council faction through back channels. 8 species pledge to remain neutral if fighting begins. 2. The Quorum and Tarn secretly promise humanitarian aid to Alliance civilians. The first battle, Admiral Yan divides his armada into 3 strike forces, targeting major Alliance strongholds simultaneously. He expects overwhelming victory through superior numbers and firepower. The first strike force attacks Haven Station with 80 warships. Captain David Cross, now commanding Haven's defenses, activates Wong's Guardian Network. Hundreds of automated platforms emerge from asteroid fields and nebula clouds, unleashing coordinated fire. The Council fleet finds itself fighting on multiple fronts simultaneously. Human ships use hit-and-run tactics learned from years of Rim survival. Draven vessels board damaged Council ships, their warriors overwhelming security forces trained for traditional warfare. Core ships absorb incredible damage while protecting Alliance vessels. After 6 hours of brutal combat, the Council strike force retreats, with 30 ships destroyed and 20 more damaged. Haven Station survives with moderate damage. The Turning Tide similar battles occur across 3 star systems. Admiral Yan's divided forces face coordinated Alliance defenses at each location. The Guardian Network proves devastating. Council ships cannot adapt to fighting both conventional forces and automated platforms simultaneously. General Blake coordinates Alliance counterattacks. Human intelligence, gathered over years of trading and diplomacy, identifies weak points in Council formations. Alliance forces exploit these weaknesses ruthlessly. Within 3 days, the Council Armada loses 100 ships. Alliance losses are 60 vessels, but their production capacity replaces them quickly, while Council reinforcements must travel from distant core worlds. The internal crisis on Terrius Prime. A moderate faction demands an immediate ceasefire. The war is proving far more costly than projected. Public opinion across Council space turns against the conflict as casualty reports arrive. Ambassador Krell faces a Council in chaos. The hardline species refuse to admit defeat, demanding more ships and total commitment. The moderate species threaten to withdraw from the Council entirely if the war continues. 3 neutral species announce they're recognizing the Rim Alliance as a legitimate government. This diplomatic blow stuns the Council. Their moral authority crumbles as member species defect. The final stand, Admiral Yan makes a desperate gamble. He consolidates his remaining ships, 150 vessels, for one massive assault on Fortress Prime. If he destroys Alliance headquarters, he believes he can still claim victory. Admiral Cross sees the attack coming. He doesn't run. Instead, He gathers every available Alliance ship at Fortress Prime. This will be the decisive battle. The two fleets clash in the largest space battle in recorded history. 400 warships engage in brutal combat around Fortress Prime. The battle rages for 12 hours without pause. Wong's Guardian Network creates a defensive sphere around the fortress that Council ships cannot penetrate without massive losses. Alliance vessels fight with desperate courage, knowing defeat means the end of their independence. General Blake leads a bold strike directly at Admiral Yan's flagship. 30 human ships punch through Council lines in a suicide run. Half are destroyed, but Blake's vessel reaches Yan's command ship. The Resolution Blake broadcasts a message to Admiral Yan on open channels. He offers surrender terms. The Council fleet withdraws immediately, and Alliance forces will allow safe passage. Refusal means complete destruction. Yan, seeing his fleet crumbling around him and no hope of victory, accepts. The Council armada retreats in disorder, having lost 200 ships to the Alliance's 110.10 years later. Story concludes in 2212. The Outer Rim Alliance has grown to 30 member species, controlling 300 star systems. Trade networks span the galaxy. The Alliance economy rivals the entire Council. Ambassador Mills, now elderly, stands before a new generation of Council leadership on Terrius Prime. They've invited Earth to join the Council, not as a petitioner, but as an equal partner. Mills smiles and declines politely. 25 years ago, we begged to join you. You called us too primitive, too violent, too dangerous. You tried to cage us, then destroy us. She gestures to the star charts showing Alliance territory. We built something better without you. The Outer Rim doesn't need the Council. Perhaps the Council needs the Outer Rim. She offers a counterproposal: the Council and Alliance as separate but equal powers, working together through mutual respect rather than hierarchy. After hours of debate, the Council accepts. Ambassador Krell signs the treaty personally, acknowledging what everyone already knows: humanity and its partners have become the galaxy's newest superpower. Epilogue: Admiral Cross retires to a colony world, watching human children play alongside Draven, Kor, and Shen youngsters. Governor Chan's grandchildren attend schools where a dozen species learn together. Captain Reed, now over 100 years old, receives a final message from Mills. You were right, Captain. They rejected us, but we didn't need their approval. We just needed each other. Reed looks at the stars and remembers that long ago day when Earth's delegation was humiliated before the Council. That rejection was the best thing that ever happened to humanity. In trying to keep humans small, the Council taught them to grow strong. In pushing them to the galaxy's edge, the Council gave them room to build an empire. The Outer Rim stands dominant, free, and proud. And humanity, once rejected and dismissed, has become the species others look to for hope and partnership. The galaxy will never underestimate humans again. The end.